from Los Angeles.
Live from New Hampshire.
Did you see me play last night?
Play?
Yeah.
Play what?
I got injured in the second.
A
minute
in
left.
the sports game?
In the sports game.
in the first inning of the hockey game?
Yep. Dude, I'm gonna start watching the Lakers now.
Well, the Lakers just lost in the first round, so they're out. So you have to wait till next year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I.
Where were you watching this?
It was a tough L. I saw it last night at Bohemians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Luka got hurt.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. For those that don't know, I keep getting told that I look like I'm just. They don't say this. I just insert it, which would be hilarious if I did it for Halloween. If I dressed up like Luka from the Lakers, and I'm like, I'm his twin. I'm the shorter one.
Do you? Let me pull up a picture.
Dude, I've gotten
and
it.
You look like him?
I've gotten it like 6 times in probably the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Here.
It's that Eastern European.
That's what it is, man. Best in the world.
You know, they used to say I look like Brad Pitt too, but I think it's just because I'm a white guy.
Yeah. Oh man, great meetup last night, huh?
Yeah, it was a fun time. Nice to stay in the circles, you know. I was, when I was up there introducing myself, I was thinking, you know, like networking did used to be fun, and like there was like the wrench got thrown into networking, you know, practice in 2020 and 21, in which I think kind of threw a lot of things out of rhythm. But either way, I think eventually networking and like being social in the professional space, especially as like your company grows and you're not like, you know, it's not that you don't have a need to network, but you don't sort of have that like young, fresh blood where you're out like, you know, chasing like new connections because you don't know anybody. It eventually feels like it becomes kind of like a grind, like an errand or like a duty you have to do, and it becomes not nearly as much fun. And yeah, so trying to make, you know, for myself, networking fun again.
Yeah. I understand. It feels like, you know, if you're going out with I have an objective I need to hit, but that I like that. I like that part.
Yeah.
I like that part. We made some great connects last night.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a couple guests on the pod from there. You know,
a couple guests, got a money connection or two. Got another connection with a player out who knows a lot of like really big, knows everybody out here. Lots of developers, landlords, holders. So it was actually probably, I'd say it was probably the best meetup in terms of like connections, probably in the last 6 months. It was good.
Yeah, that's good. I had to dip out a little early. I have a bedtime, but glad you're able to stay and hang out. And maybe we got it was like, you know, I don't normally go up like when I'm speaking and they're like, you know, someone's like, what are you here for or whatever. I don't normally have something specific. It's usually kind of general, but I had like just had a conversation that, we're trying to, you know, refinance a 3-unit property. It's a mixed use, and a DSCR, a debt service coverage ratio loan, would be like the ideal loan type of loan for this property. But apparently they're really hard to get when you have a mixed use property. You know, I'm not a lender. Doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Apparently like that was what I had heard. And I'm like, well, anyone know where I can get a DSCR loan for a mixed use property? Send them my way. And I got on my schedule after this to email the whole group, and because a couple people said they know someone, I forget exactly who it was, but I'm just going to email the whole group and be like, throw the referral my way, please.
Totally. Totally. I also love that there was a list for everybody.
A list.
Yeah, to be able to reach out to everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, welcome to all the friendly people in the chat this morning. Some of you are nicer than others. Welcome to Find That Flip, where we look at real estate deals available for sale in Massachusetts. And we look at real estate deals for sale in Massachusetts and see what might be a profitable deal. I think we should stay on the gravy train of Worcester.
All right, let's check her out.
I think we should stay on the gravy train of Worcester, and I think we should look at condos.
Like a condo flip?
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder how that market is.
Worcester.
Worcester.
Well, we have 32 condos for sale, so I don't even need a keyword.
That's it?
32 condos for sale in the whole city.
Huh. I guess I was expecting that to be more.
They range from, well, the townhouses, which is like more single family prices, 600 grand.
209,000 people.
In Worcester? Yeah, second largest city in New England, which I did not realize.
Yeah.
I would assume that Hartford or Providence, or like Manchester, New Hampshire, one of these would have been more populated. I mean, they're not too far behind Worcester, but Worcester's technically slightly more populated. Look at these nice, affordable 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,400 square feet, 325,000.
Oh, for some reason, Caleb, can you make this thing share?
$289,000 for a 2-bed, 2-bath loft condo, 1,100 square feet.
What a steal!
$289 price drop. Wow. 2-bed, 1-bath, another loft, $254.
That's interesting. That's like the price of what some of these apartments are just being valued at as multifamilies.
Yeah, I don't see really any room for like distressed. We could look at a multifamily as a condo conversion. Oh,
Yeah.
here's one that's kind of distressed, but hold on. Very convenient Worcester condo conversion. This one's kind of distressed. Great photos.
Can you zoom in? That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking flip back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little better. So the unit is distressed for sure. Is this the whole building? Condo, 2-3 family. Top floor unit needs some work. Not a short sale. 2 3-bed, 1-bath, tub shower surround. So it looks like this is already a condo building. I don't know. Let's see here. So this is only listed. It's a 3-bed. Yeah. So maybe we can turn this condo. Let's see. 2 Esther Street. I don't know where that is. Right near.
It said it was close to Polar Park.
Yeah, it's fairly close to Polar Park, close to Holy Cross. I know this area. Okay. Building. Give the building needs some love too. All right.
Reminds me of Brockton.
You can get, what could you get for this? Maybe, you know, two. If it's a 3-bed, maybe you can get 230.
So the juice ain't really worth it there, huh?
Not really worth it. I mean, this is a small little condo. You probably can get in and out of that thing for like 25 grand. Floors, paint, fixed appliance, like, new cabinets, new appliances. It's a small unit, it's 1,100 square feet. To Esther Street.
Which, if you're a buy and hold investor, if you guys are looking at purchasing something with the intention of holding on to it for a longer period of time, that means if you could get into it for all in for about 200, and it's worth 230, you're in it for 87 cents on the dollar. It's a 13% discount.
Yeah. 2-bed, 1-bath. See, this is listed at 220. This is in it's much smaller. So let me see if I can find a more appropriate size. Yeah, 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,200 square feet, 245. This is probably your best comp. Yeah, 230, 240. But you need to, floors, paint, fixtures. You probably can paint the cabinets, new countertops, new appliances, new vanity mirror, new lights, maybe tile a tub, fix up that area. It wouldn't be a ton of work, but yeah, you're probably all into it for 200,000. If you want to do it and then you want to try to sell it, and if it doesn't sell, then you could just rent it. It's not a bad way to use 200,000, or it's not a bad little if you're trying to like kind of inch your way into the rental game and you don't have a ton of capital and you don't want to you want to be just start with something really small. Certainly a way to do it.
Yeah. A 15% discount's a 15% discount.
Yeah. And my guess is you might be able to get this for a little less than 174. I can't imagine the buyers for distressed condos in this neighborhood is really that big.
Yeah. And Worcester's a big city, right? So it's going to be street by street a bit.
Yep. Yeah, this is this is kind of what this entire neighborhood kind of looks like. It's these densely packed multifamilies, 3 to 6 units, maybe 2s sprinkled in, but you can kind of like random single family, lots of street parking. Kind of get the idea.
Feels like Brockton.
Yeah, like Dorchester or something like that.
What are multis selling for?
No, if you're getting 250 for those condos, then a good strategy could certainly be multifamilies. So let's just look in this neighborhood. I mean, much more of a multifamily market. 2-family 325, 3-family 500. Two-family 622. It's a big 2-family. Pretty nice. 2-family 605. Also really nice. Also, if you're on the other side of the highway, it's a totally different neighborhood.
Yeah.
On the other side of the tracks, as they say.
The other side of the tracks.
This one's really well maintained. Listed for 619. So I wonder if there's like any distressed multifamily. What a $47 multifamilies for sale. doesn't look distressed. Not distressed enough.
Elijah with a great comment of the day, of the morning. Guy on the top is dressed like he should be setting up financing for people at a used car dealership in Miami. If he
Let's
was
go.
wearing some glasses with red lenses, the outfit would be complete. I support that comment. It's awesome. I love this shirt. It's ridiculous. It's just absolutely absurd.
What shirt is it? I forget. Oh yeah,
It's a pineapple wearing
yeah.
sunglasses, and it looks like a paint student threw up on it.
No, no distressed multifamily that I see really. Like not distressed enough to buy it and do some work and convert to condos.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're already at if you're not going to get any more than probably 275 per unit, and we're already like at a point in this price range where we're well above that, even if it was distressed.
Well, look, that's a pretty one. How much is that one?
685, 675 for a 3-family. So 3-families seem to be in the 500 to 700 range, depending on size, bedroom count, all that.
It's getting harder, huh? To get. Seems like it's only gotten harder to get deals.
Yeah, I mean this 2-family is 530, 2-bed units. It's not even that big. It's only 2,100 square feet.
Wow.
Decently well maintained, but like it's not.
And to think we bought that 3-family in Quincy for less than that.
I know, that's insane. Insane. Like I probably wouldn't even do much to this just because it's not really worth it.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, like it could use it could use a new appliance or whatever. You could. I personally don't love the brown trimmings, and you could paint it. You could maybe tile the floor, but you'd replace this galley kitchen. But you're going to be spending more money, and you're not really it's not going to be recouping you anything.
No one's gonna even like care. I mean, they would who wouldn't like a nicer kitchen, but it won't ever make a difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it might. I mean, a nicer kitchen might yield you another $200 a month in rent, maybe, depending on the neighborhood. I don't know. I'm kind of talking on my ass. I don't know anything about this particular neighborhood and this property, but like my guess is that if it does yield you anything, it may be just like a slightly higher rent. But what you're going to spend, $10,000 to get an extra $200 a month.
Yeah, which they're going to beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Might as well just ride it out for a few years and then replace it when you need to.
You come at the inspection and the doors have been ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I thought open shelving would look better here.
This is an updated galley kitchen here.
Yeah.
Like that's all you could really do with that other galley kitchen. With this guy.
Dude, I love those houses that are just like up on a hill like that I love them. They tower.
Really?
I love them.
Love all this vinyl siding. Look at this nice deck.
I know.
I would have to paint it, even though I know I'd have to paint it every couple of years because it's vinyl. I could not look at that.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Vinyl compared to anything else, but yeah, I love the like stature of that massive.
Well, we sort of found some deals. I think that first condo one isn't like for a little better price. It's certainly a better deal. It's a nice little easy. It's like a bunt single.
Yeah, it's interesting how condominium markets move and what markets have condominium markets. I think that is really interesting because it's kind of the jam in Boston. It's like if you're going to do a development deal, everything is a condo, or if you're going to do a multifamily deal, it's like everything is a condo. But what point does it tip to where it's more of a development market concept in Worcester? Although the bigger buildings, the bigger condo buildings, they are fetching like more of a premium, which they
Yeah.
always do.
I think the condo play in Worcester is like new construction townhomes.
Yeah,
You're gonna have more less, like, Worcester's a city, but there's just less city people, if that makes sense.
sure.
So like more buyers are gonna have, like, you're more likely to have small families, which means like a townhouse type of living is gonna be, more preferable compared to like a floor through, like, triple decker 3 family type of build. Which, like, you can sell those condos in Boston all day long, but it's just not as attractive to those, like, sort of like less like like city people, if that makes sense.
Totally. Totally. Townhomes are great.
And, like, kind of speaking for myself, like, that's what I would want. Like, you know, especially if I know I might have to pay a lot of money anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's getting all sardined and crammed in. I'm more like now, like, move out, have some acreage, join you with the farm, join you with the horses.
That's why these towns outside of Worcester do so well, is because you can be not even 15 minutes. Like, you could be 10 minutes outside of the downtown area in another town with, like, way more space. It's
Yeah.
like, why do I need to go buy a townhome in Worcester? First of all, I have to pay for my own fucking trash bags because you have to have Worcester City trash bags. It's one of those weird cities. And I've heard that the trash service is terrible from people who lived in the city. So, like, you're just going to have to deal with Worcester and live there. And, like, or you could just, if you're buying a home to live in, you could just live 10 minutes away and have a much better quality life.
Bro, Holyoke didn't take my trash yesterday, and they put a thing on it that said it was overfilled because I had a trash bag sitting on top, like halfway extended past the lid.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you guys are like fairies.
I love my private trash. I can go stack trash bags at the end of the driveway and they would take it.
Yeah, good old days of Quincy where you could just, clean out your entire apartment, put it on the sidewalk, and the trash guys would take it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, or, for your, some of our tenants, you just throw it beside the dumpster and then you force us to clean it up.
Well, think about it this way, Harrison. They are creating employment. They're creating jobs.
Sure. That's what's called the broken window fallacy.
I hate it when people say that.
It's a real thing. Oh, you hate when people say they're creating jobs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's not true, because what it does, it's like when the broken window fallacy is basically where, like, when a hurricane comes through or you throw a rock through a window and it breaks the window, but it provides, services to the window repair guy. But what it actually does, and like, that's good for them. But what it actually does is it requires the owner of that establishment to spend money on repairs and things they wouldn't have otherwise spent money on. And they now can no longer put those additional funds towards progress. You have to sort of, like, you're going in reverse. Not that there's not a place for window repair people, but because accidents do happen. But that doesn't mean you go around intentionally destroying things, because it provides jobs, or intentionally throwing trash, right? Because all the money we spend on trash pickup is money that we can't spend on improving a particular, like, an apartment.
Yep. Look at us just growing up, turning into old businessmen.
Well, I knew about the broken window fallacy back in the days of, like, Freakonomics, when that was really popular in, like, 2010. It's like a pretty popular. There's a lot of things in Freakonomics that, like, are, can certainly be debated. There's a lot of good concepts in there. It was a book and a movie, I think.
Well, listen, you have an econ degree, and I have a retail management degree. All right. That's why
you wear nice clothes.
That's why I have these great. I think I got this from what's that? What was that little clothing? It was like a discount rack clothing store across the street from Chipotle in Quincy, behind Stop and Shop. In between Stop and Shop and the
Like Marshalls.
yeah, that's what it was. Yep. All right. Anyway, guys, today was fun. We are going to sign out. We will see. Are we going to do a stream tomorrow?
I don't see why not.
All right, cool. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We're going to look at some different deals, try to find something better than a boring condo in Worcester.
Yeah.
Feel free. Will, love it. Shirt looks like Kurt's out of a rehab. I'm sorry you're just coming on. We're just about to leave, but maybe that's a I got to hit up Joseph, the fabric store guy downtown. Be like, hey man, I got some old curtains from this fixer upper. Can we turn it into something chic? And then I'm going to put Twyford's last name on the back of it and send it to you. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.